Hello everyone, this is Shinobi. First off, let me apologize for not making a lot of videos this month. As I said previously, I'm on vacation during this month, and my vacation will end at the weekend next week. So in the weekend next week, I will be back in New Zealand. So I'm trying to make as many videos as possible during my vacation. We'll certainly get back on making more from next week on. Yeah, so that being said, it is Mythesia banner that is going on at this moment. So I just thought of, why not make a video where Mythesia can be a very important Mythesia can play a very important part in a team. So in this team you will see that I do not have a William, I do not have an MSB, no LD Brand, but yeah, of course I do have a Boolin. You can replace Boolin with an Yolanda, but if you're doing that you will have to give more DPS on the Kaluk that I'm using over there, and also possibly have a DPS kind of Mythesia or Yolanda build. But yeah, using Boolin is much more easier, and almost everybody uses Boolin in Guild Wars, so basically you can easily build her up. Okay, so Mythesia is there out here, and I've got Antinua and Kaluk over here, right? So Antinua is the DPSer, she's the MVP here, so but she's also very squishy, so that is why you require Mythesia over here. Antinua will die quite a lot of time within the game, but Mythesia will almost always, not almost always, she will certainly revive Antinua without any problem. The only problem is that you have to give Mythesia quite a lot of, tankiness. She has to have very high HP, quite a good defense, so that she can survive and, be able to revive Antinua. Without Antinua, it's going to be you will not be able to finish off Queen of Tide stage 3, Hell stage 3. So basically Queen of Tide 15 requires a lot of DPS going in there, and that DPS is provided by Antinua and Boolin. So the role of Boolin is to place those induction debuffs on the boss and other minions, so that they keep getting more damage on themselves. Those additional damage count to are very important when the actual run ends, right? So without those additional damage, it's going to be really difficult for us to clear this stage. Anyways, and Kaluk over here along with Boolin are there to remove the buffs. So you can see over there just now Kaluk removed the counterattack buff on the right minion, right? So that right minion, he was supposed to counterattack when either the boss or the left minion attacks our team, so he will be counterattacking at that time. But now because Kaluk removed that counterattack from that minion, he's not able to deal that additional damage on us, so that allows us to survive better. At the same time, you have got Boolin over there and also Kaluk, who will remove the buffs from the boss. The boss gains a buff whenever she does her ultimate, right? So she's going to gain a lot of buff, and she's also going to gain the shield just like here, and we need to remove those shields and those additional buffs over there. Otherwise the boss will hit us an additional time if she's got 3 or more buffs. And here you can see again Kaluk removed the shield away. That means that we can now deal damage on the boss. Okay, so basically if the shield is there, it doesn't matter, Antinua's hits doesn't actually break the shield. Okay, my Antinua has got 100% crit, and she's got around 296 crit damage, and she's got around 4700 attack on her. Yet the amount of damage dealt by Antinua on Queen is much lower when she has shield than when she does not have a shield. Right, so when she does not have a shield, quite a large portion of her HP gets eaten up by Antinua's damage. But when she has got that shield does not get broken easily. So it's that's why I'm using two different heroes over here whose basic role is to remove the buffs the boss has. Of course, Boolin is also deals a lot of damage, and she also has got that induction over there, which is pretty useful. But her main role in this team comp is basically to remove those buffs along with Kaluk. So as many buffs as possible, get those removed from the boss, and that helps us in getting more damage on the boss and also keep us alive, because she's not going to deal that additional damage on us, do that additional hit on us, and that keeps us alive and also keeps our buffs on ourselves, right? It doesn't remove the buffs from us, right? So that's the basic strategy that I'm using in this team comp. It works because you have Mythesia. Okay, if you do not have Mythesia, this comp will not work, because or you'll have to build give really strong gear on your Antinua, that you have a healer who's going to heal Antinua every time, or Antinua has got a revival set and she gets healed up, or other such criterias, but they all require you to give her really good gear and possibly end game kind of gear. But at this moment I do not have any end game gear on any of my heroes. They're just like mid game or early to mid game kind of gear on my heroes. Basically somewhere around, as I told you, my Antinua has got only 4,700 attack, and so does my Boolin. She's not like at 6,000 attack, 100 focus. No. She's all of them have got pretty basic kind of stats on them, but still they are able to finish off Queen of Tide 15. That's basically because of the strategy that I'm using over here to remove the buffs from the Queen, and as many buffs as possible from the Queen, so that the damages are dealt without any shield on the boss, and also prevent the boss from dealing additional hits on us. So the lesser hits we get, the better for us, as we are still holding on to the buffs that we have, and also be able to deal more damage on the hero, on the enemy, right? So that's why I'm using Kaluk and Boolin here. Antinua dies a lot of time because she does not have any sustainability on herself. All she has got is dealing additional damage on the boss. I have given my Antinua a curse set, yet I do not see a lot of bonus attacks from Antinua. She doesn't deal as much damage as I had hoped that she would be doing. But if she's getting those curse procs and those additional hit procs on herself, she will certainly allow us to finish off the runs a little bit faster. But I think like you can also use Antinua with a revival set rather than a curse set, because from what I saw, we are not going to get a lot of bonus turns, and so it doesn't matter if you're using curse set or revival set, you still are able to deal enough damage on the boss and finish off the run at basically almost similar times. So you should be able to finish off these runs within 50 rounds. Okay, it's going to be a long run. It's not going to be a quick run in which you can finish it off within 1.5 minute time. No, this is not how this team comp works. It's not a fast team. It is only meant for people who are in their early to mid game, or possibly new players who want to see what kind of team they can build in order to finish off Queen. And obviously Queen is the first engine that you want to finish in order to get those warrior sets and those revival sets, and of course the curse set, right? So if you want to build this team, you can go ahead and build it. This team will work at floor 12, floor 11 as well. Doesn't matter what floor you're using, except floor 16. It's going to be harder because you need much more higher stats on the hero. I'll show you the gear on this team comp as soon as this run finishes off. And a disclaimer: this is not something that this is actually a voiceover on a recording that I had done earlier. That's because it's a long run, right? I do not want to sit over here and see if when the run is finishing, and I can do edits in between the run. Okay, so let's quickly look at the gear of the team that we have over here. So we will start with Mythesia and see what kind of a gear she's using. Of course, she's got a tanky kind of build, so she will be having quite a lot of HP and an okay defense on her. So let's quickly look at the gear she has. She has got a revival set and a terra set, and as you can see, it's giving her all the healing that she requires herself to keep her alive, and she's got around 28,000 HP, 1,800 defense, 154 speed. I don't care about the focus or the resistance over here. Of course, higher resistance would be better for her, but at the same time, I'm trying to give as much sustainability on herself and tankiness on herself. I did not want any focus rolls on her, but that cannot be helped. The game gives you a lot of stupid stat rolls, but at the same time, it also gives us enough to keep us alive. Okay, so that's the build on my Mythesia. Now, as far as my Boolin is concerned, she too is on a revival set and a warrior set, just so that she can get those additional attack on her stat, right? And yeah, so she has got 100% crit rate, and she is sufficiently fast. I want her to be faster than my Antinua, but unfortunately at the moment I did not have the gear to make her faster than my Antinua, but she's at least faster than the rest of the mobs, right? So the mobs, so she's got 154 speed and around 100 crit rate and 242 crit damage and around 4,000 attack. So she does require, it's better to give her a DPS kind of build because you do not need a lot of focus on her. She just is able to remove the buffs without those focus requirements. Okay, and as far as my Antinua is concerned, she's in a curse set and she is my DPS. Unfortunately, she's faster than my Boolin. I wish she was slower than my Boolin, but anyways, she has got a curse set, and of course she has to have 100% crit rate and as much crit damage and attack on her as possible, but my Antinua is very squishy. She's not having enough of health on her and defense on her to keep her sustained. She's only got like 10,000 HP, 4,700 attack, 162 speed, 1,236 defense. So yeah, she's pretty squishy, and that's where Mythesia comes in. Mythesia is the one that keeps her alive and kicking. Otherwise you are done for. So let's look at our next hero, and that is Kaluk. He is the rare hero that we are using over here, which is quite interesting. Yeah, we need like his role over here is to remove buffs. Okay, that's it. So his role here is to remove buffs. So you can see in the trait, if you're ascended, you can remove one buff for every attack that he does. That's guaranteed. That's 100%. The only thing is that you have to have sufficient focus to do that. But yeah, so he's the one who removes those buffs from the queen and keeps me alive, and also helps me in dealing those damage on the queen, which she would not have taken if she had the shield on herself. Okay, so other than that, if you are able to give him sufficient focus, which is around 120 focus, and you're still able to give him a DPS kind of build, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead and give him that DPS kind of build. I have actually made him in a revival set so that he can survive himself up, but at the same time, if you are able to give him sufficient speed, crit damage, and of course focus, then yeah, go ahead and build him that way so that he can also deal those damage and make your runs faster. So if you want to make your runs faster, you can give him that kind of a build. But at this moment, I wasn't looking at making him that way. I was only looking at finishing off the Queen of Tides by using Mythesia as the reviver, and the rest of the team, and Antinua as the DPS, and the strategy of removing the buffs from the queen and dealing damage as soon as possible, right? That's the main strategy that I was looking at. Remove the buffs from the queen as soon as possible, as many times as possible, so that she does not deal that extra hit on you, she doesn't deal that extra damage on you, she doesn't remove your buffs by taking that extra turn, and of course that's the main thing that I was trying to do here, and I was successful in doing it. I'm hoping to test it for the next level in Queen of Tides 16, and I hope I will be successful. Until then, peace, love and blessings to all of you. Bye.